All right, let's dive right into a question that, honestly, it cuts right to the heart of how we all work these days. Are you really driven by a healthy ambition, or are you actually stuck in a kind of high-functioning survival mode?
Yeah, this quote, it might just hit a little too close to home for some of us. We wear that high achiever badge with pride, telling ourselves we love the grind. But what if that story we're telling ourselves isn't the whole story?
And that brings us right to the central question we're digging into. What if all that constant productivity, that relentless drive to achieve, to never stop, what if it isn't just a personality trait? What if it's actually a coping mechanism, hiding right out in the open?
Okay, so to really figure this out, we got to get super clear on the difference. Because on the surface, ambition and survival mode, they can look almost identical. But inside, how they feel, totally different worlds. So yeah, let's break it down.
This comparison really gets to the core of it, right? It's all about the feeling behind the work. So on one side, you've got healthy ambition. It feels focused, intentional. It's a choice. And crucially, it allows you to rest and, actually process your emotions. But then you've got survival mode. And that is a whole different beast. It feels panicked, constant. The idea of stopping feels genuinely dangerous because you're using work to avoid everything else.
So, how can you tell which one is driving you? Well, let's look at the very first sign. And this one goes right to the root of it all.
So, sign number 1, your relentless drive is actually a trauma response, not a genuine passion. It's when that hustle feels less like something you want to do and more like something you have to do. You might tell yourself you love it, but if you're honest, the real motivation isn't joy. It's this deep, primal feeling that stopping is dangerous, that if you're not moving, something bad is going to happen.
So I want you to really think about this for a second. Ask yourself, does the thought of taking just one single day off, really off, no emails, no work, does that idea make you feel unsafe, panicked, or just lost? If the answer is yes, that's not ambition talking. That is your survival instinct yelling at you that you have to keep moving to stay safe.
And this constant need to keep moving, it very often shows up as a kind of emotional avoidance. We basically use our busyness as this super effective shield.
And this emotional shield, it usually takes 2 main forms. First, there's just straight-up overwork. You just pack your schedule so tight that there is literally zero time to think or feel anything difficult. And then there's perfectionism. This is where you obsess over every little detail, not really for high standards, but as a way to feel in control when everything inside feels, kind of chaotic and stressful.
Okay, and this stuff doesn't just stay in your head. Oh no, it absolutely shows up in your body. In fact, a lot of the time, your body is telling the story that your mind is trying really hard to ignore.
The key idea here is something called nervous system dysregulation. And I love this metaphor for it. It's like your foot is slammed on the gas pedal even when the car is in park. Healthy ambition, that's like driving with a purpose. But dysregulation, that's just revving the engine, making all this noise, all this strain, but you're not actually going anywhere. You're just burning yourself out.
So what does that actually feel like in your body? Well, it might be that constant low-level buzzing anxiety. Or maybe your heart races for what feels like no reason at all. Or, and this is a big one, you get into bed after a super long day and you just can't wind down. Your body is exhausted, but your mind is still going a million miles an hour. Look, these are not the signs of a high performer. These are SOS signals from your body.
And all of this, it all builds up to our final sign. And honestly, this one might be the most important. This is the point where work stops being something you do and it starts becoming who you are.
This is it. Sign number 5. Your entire sense of self-worth is tied to your productivity. Your identity and your output just get completely tangled up. You start to believe, whether you realize it or not, that your value as a human being comes directly from how much you get done. Loving the grind just becomes a cover for a really deep fear. If I stop producing, I'm worthless. Okay, so if any of this is resonating with you, just take a deep breath. Seriously, the whole point of this isn't to make you feel bad. It's to shine a light on what's going on so you can find a path forward.
So what's the most important thing to take away from all this? It's really simple. Just recognizing these patterns is the first most crucial step. Just seeing it,
Noticing the overwork, feeling the anxiety in your body, questioning if your worth is all about your work, that right there, that is the most powerful thing you can do. Because that awareness is what lets you start to untangle everything and find a type of ambition that actually serves you instead of one that just burns you out.
So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. I want you to take a really honest look at your drive and ask yourself this. Is my ambition serving me or am I serving it? The answer? Well, the answer could change everything for you.